that we have made more blocks to the three-point shoots. We have increased the ability to move our players inside of the offensive. We are avoiding the curtains. Obviously, that makes the difference.
Carl Dickel joins us from the Tall Black camp. What's being said inside?
Yes, we've got to rebound the ball a lot better. They've come out with more energy this game than they showed in the last, and they're doing a much better job on the boards than we are. And, you know, Nenad's not very happy about that. And we're hoping for a much improved performance in the energy areas of the game in the second half.
All right, Carl, thanks for your time. Good luck in the second half. All right, 46-39. There you go, Dan. More coming your way live from the TSB Arena.
Well, thank you, Stephen. If you're just joining us, it is quite a game, a very physical game, but very much within the confines of basketball as the Venezuelans came to play hoops today. And going through the statistics, Kenny, one Hector Romero with 16 points, 6 rebounds, very much on his way to a double-double.
Yeah, he's been a big key for the Venezuelans so far. He's been very active, and Carl Dickel and even Dylan Boucher talked about those hustle areas, and he's really dominated inside for the Venezuelans. He talked about his rebounding, his 16 points. He's not doing it just from the line now. He's even knocked down a three-pointer, so he's really doing it everywhere for them.
And Tony Rampton's thus far in the series is 2 for 3 for three-pointers. The big man is spotting up from outside, and he's draining them.
Well, after every practice, or at the end of every practice for the Tall Blacks, they're shooting 100 three-point shots each. Talking to the manager, Steve Fitch, it estimated they probably shot over 2,000 three-point shots in the course of their 3-week camp. So everyone's out there shooting three-point shots. They're expecting everyone, if they're open, to shoot the three-point shot. So it won't be unusual to see Rampton taking those threes.
Oh, this is great. The Venezuelan basketball team are throwing out basketballs to the crowd here. That's fantastic to see.
You touched on the support in that first half that the Wellington crowd has brought out. Full house of over 3,800 people, so a great atmosphere again for the Tall Blacks, and another chance Tuesday night for them to come back out and support their team before they head away.
Come out in droves. Let's pack this place again. Now the Teddy Bears are here. Just while we have a second, the oldest social rugby club in New Zealand, the Teddy Bears, they came here tonight. The whole team is here. Plenty of young kids here. Dallas Pickering's throwing a towel at me at the moment. I'll throw that back at him when he's running by down us. Don't worry about that, Kenny. But yeah, overall, 46-39. The Venezuelans have plugged the onslaught of rebounds, which the Tall Blacks have been getting, and they have made the adjustments.
Well, a big case standing right before us. Mika Vekona ready to take the ball out. Starts this third quarter with his 4 fouls. But it's going to be important that with his energy that he doesn't pick up that 5th foul. He's going to be a key player for the Tall Blacks, trying to combat the aggressiveness of Venezuela on the boards.
All right, here we go. Second half is here. Lieutenant Dan Hennessy alongside Kenny Stone. And Lindsay Tate will have the ball and find Payro Cameron. Payro Cameron to Mika Vekona. Nice pass. He will be hacked on the way in. Drawing a foul right off the bat is Mika Vekona. Getting himself into the mix early with 4 fouls on him.
You see the nice roll there. Sorry, Dan. Mika setting that screen. Cameron coming off of it, rolling hard to the basket with the defender on his back, able to catch that pass, put it up, take the punishment. He gets himself to the line.
Mika Vekona sinking the first free throw.
Vekona in the past, I don't think it's unfair to say a very poor free throw shooter, but doing a much better job now 6 of 7 from the free throw line, so really improved that area of his game.
Grievous Vasquez will find Hector Romero, the man en route to a double-double for Venezuela. Jose Vargas back to Grievous Vasquez. Jose around the outside looking for help, finds it in the form of Axir Sukri. His first run, no good. PC with the rebound, up to Lindsay Tate, stolen by Vargas. Jose Vargas Vargas one-on-one with PC will draw a foul, but good defense. They're getting their hands in all over the show are Venezuela.
Yeah, they extended that pressure and got Lindsey Tate in a tough situation. Tate tried to cross over, wasn't able to. Gave up the turnover and again attacked Pero Cameron.
Now it seems that energy is quite an issue here with the Tall Blacks. And I'm wondering if the 3-week camp, physical camp that they had might impact a little bit on how they play.
I think it's fair to say that it has a little bit. Looking at the players yesterday in practice, they're certainly sapped, and talking to a few of them as well. They are feeling physically drained, but once game time comes, you just got to step it up. This is what they've worked hard to do. There's no excuse for not giving that energy.
Mika Vukona, top of the key to Kirk Penny. Take it or leave it. We're going to take it. Kirk Penny with a 3-ball. Axir Shukri back the other way now. Finds Grievous Vasquez. Hector Romero. That's a good matchup against Mika Vukona. And you know he knows Mika Vukona's got 4 fouls. Jesus Urbina can't handle the pass, but the Venezuelans will maintain possession. I'm also impressed, Kenny, by this number 5, Axir Shukri.
Hey, he's did a nice job. Athletic guy gets up and down the floor.
He's got the ball now, up and in it goes. Good ball skills by Axir Shukri.
Good call to highlight him there, Dan. Good timing.
Timing is everything. Kirk Penny looking for help, finds Casey Frank on the baseline all alone. Around the look at the ball movement for 3. Bang, bang, bang! And that's a free ball from Lindsey Tate. And wow, just fantastic ball movement all outside the perimeter stuff for the Tall Blacks. Grievous Vasquez now will lose the ball. Lindsey Tate right on him. Backcourt violation, Tall Blacks ball.
Well, Tate gets one back on the Venezuelans after he got the ball stolen from him. A little pressure forced the turnover.
Lindsey Tate, Jose Vargas on him, Kirk Penny. Kirk Penny finds Casey Frank. Casey goes to penetrate, does so, and he is just hammered inside. That'll be on number 11, Jose Vargas, but you could have thrown it on number 5, Axir Shukri as well.
They were all going for him.
And number 10 is back into the game for Venezuela, David Kubian. Very quick, very fast, lightning quick guard for Venezuela. Casey Frank at the line. First one sinks. Second one's a bit short, but we have a lane violation. Casey will be shooting that one again.
There's your man, Craig, stepping into the lane a little too early. You're not supposed to leave until the ball leaves the shooter's hands.
Well, look what he's got standing next to him. Well, I mean, he just wants to get out of the area. Second one's good for Casey. He's feeling it. David Kubian now bringing it up for Los Tintos. Nice defense by Lindsey Tate. Ooh. Jesus Urbina, Hector Romero. Hector Romero goes to penetrate. Little stop and pop, off balance, nice shot from him. He continues to score for Venezuela at will.
The reason he stopped to pop was he ran into the back of Pero Cameron, and everybody usually stops when that happens.
Oh man, what a pass! Look at this with a massive step down from Casey Frank! And that's going to be one of the craziest plays you'll see. Whack! David Kubian back the other way now. Finds Jose Vargas. Hector Romero, hassled by Mika. Hector Romero looking inside for Jesus Urbina. That's just a strong move from Jesus Urbina. Lindsey Tate drives, he's gonna seam, kicks it off again. Casey Frank again with another massive dunk. And Casey Frank is just lighting it up now here in the second
time you get that penetration, defense has to rotate. Frank's been the beneficiary twice now.
Hector Romero back the other way. Finds Jesus Urbina. That's short. PC with the bomb. Finds Kirk Penny. Here come the Tall Blacks again. Casey Frank. PC. Mika Makona for three in the corner. Yes! Mika Makona fills it up!
Well, that's why Mika Makona started this third quarter rather than sitting on the bench. The energy levels that we talked about the first half certainly shifted over to New Zealand. Now they hold a 15-point lead, 16-point lead rather.
Well, they wanted the energy levels up, and Casey Frank's jumping out of his skin here in the second half. So it's all going well now for the Tall Blacks, sticking to their game plan.
Now the whole time here. Okay, give me another 2 minutes.
Tall Blacks at 63 now, Venezuela 47, and look at this. Whack! Beautiful stuff.
You see the finish there, and again another finish. At first one, Peril Cameron, great job after getting the ball knocked away. Just a little tip to Lindsay Tate. And there you see the reversal, Mika Makona knocking it down in the corner.
These guys there, both places is not that great. Offensively, let's go into ball screens, okay? They're struggling with those. So go, 2 and 3. 2 and 3, okay? Second and third. Second and third. Let's go. 1, 2, 3.
Well, Kenny, what you get out of that one?
Well, at the end of that, Danny Vucinic feels that Venezuela's not handling the on-ball screen, so he wants to see more of those. See whether they can create that defensive rotation from Venezuela and leave somebody open for either a shot or, as we've seen, penetration to the basket.
David Kubian finds Jose Vargas. Top of the key, Axir Sukri. Back to Kubian, he's open for three. Looking for help inside. And there's no way in right now for the Venezuelans. David Kubian still has it. Finds Romero. Romero rolls. No place to go. He'll get called with a travel as the Tall Blacks are just beginning to shut them down.
Yeah, again, nice job there on the rotation. See Mika Makona doing a good job keeping him in front of him, and then Casey Frank coming over for the help. Nowhere to pass. Another turnover from Venezuela.
5:59 left to go here in the third quarter. Kirk Penny on the roll. Top of the key now. Casey Frank for three. Casey, that's well off, but Lindsay Tate will save face and get the rebound. Fresh 24 now.
No, there's not. There's only 5 seconds. It didn't hit the rim.
Oh, you're right. We get a foul call, though, instead on Jose Vargas to kind of get the Tall Blacks out of jail there, Kenny.
He certainly did bail him out. I don't think he realized either that the shot clock wasn't reset. Casey Frank's shot only hit the backboard, not the rim.
Kevin Palacios into the game for Venezuela.
Vargas picks up his fourth foul on that play. But more importantly for the Tall Blacks, gives them another 24 seconds.
Lindsay Tate fakes it and puts it up for three, and he will be money from outside. Unmarked, Lindsay Tate.
Venezuela switched to a zone right there. All it was a simple screen of that top part of the zone. Left Tate wide open.
Nice play inside by Hector Romero. Lindsay Tate. Set play coming up now. Mika Makona looking for help. Finds Kirk Penny for three. Ooh, that's off the rim. Another offensive rebound. Casey Frank's got it. Mika Makona. And they'll start things over. Lindsay Tate will find Mika Makona. Goes baseline. Mika looking for help. Finds Kirk Penny again. Penny puts it up. And he will nail it. Kirk Penny is just loving it today. Rivas Vasquez back the other way. We'll get the foul and one.
Good penetration there by Vasquez, going right at Tate and down at this end. Patton and Kirk Penny move there, just a little up fake, getting the defender by. One dribble, pull-up jump shot, that's money. Penny leading scorer of 17 right now for the Tall Blacks, one of 4 players in double figures. So a much better spread in scoring than we saw in that first game.
PC bounced past to Casey Frank, couldn't handle it. That's a turnover, Venezuelan ball.
I think the ball just slipped right out of Cameron's hands. He said to Frank, yeah, that's my fault.
Rivas Vasquez. Mariaga puts it up for 3. That's off the mark. Casey Frank battles for the bound. He'll emerge with the ball. Find Phil Jones. Phil Jones in the corner to PC for 3. Off the mark. Who's got it? Axir Sukri. Up to Rivas Vasquez. To Mariaga. Mariaga sets one down. Almost lost the handle, but it goes in. Kurt Penny back the other way now. Fast basketball. Back and forth it goes. A lot of talking out there this game, which is good, positive talking from the Tall Blacks. Kurt Penny for 3. Yes!
Well, Venezuela can't stay in that zone too much longer. They're giving up too much easy ball movement around that zone. That time, Tate even had a good look, passed it up to Penny, who was able to knock the 3 down.
Hector Romero looking for help. Back it goes inside. Blocked by Lindsay, nice play. Kevin Palacios in all kinds of bother. Finds Miguel Mariaga, Axir Sukri. And that will be a 24-second violation on the Venezuelans. Tall Blacks ball. Again, their defense is starting to step up.
Yeah, nice job there getting ball pressure. With the block in the corner. Venezuela not aware of the shot clock, just didn't get the shot off in time.
Tony Rampton into the game now. Positive minutes from him on every occasion thus far this series.
Venezuela stay in that 2-3 or 2-1-2 zone.
Kurt Penny looking for PC. He is hassled by Jermaine Salcedo.
I think he thought he was held. As difficult as that may be to hold Terrell Cameron, I think he may have been, not allowing him to cut to where the pass was made.
David Cubian will bring it up for the Venezuelans. Los Tintos. Hector Romero. Salcedo. Cubian. Cubian on the wing. Finds Mariaga. Rivas Vasquez now. 5 of the shot clock for the Venezuelans. Nice crossover dribble from him. Nice pass. Holy moly, what a play by Hector Romero. Nice passing by the Venezuelans. Good finish. Very strong.
That was a great finish, but even a better move by Vasquez. Able to split the defense, getting to the lane. Nice little dump off there. See him split the defender, passing it off. Molinari picks up the foul for the push in the back. And Romero finishes the 3-point play.
2:47 left to go in the third. Tall Blacks sitting on 70. Venezuela 57. Rampton finds Kurt Penny. Penny to Jones. Out it will go. Molinari top of the key. He will penetrate. He's got a seam, and he will draw a foul underneath.
Well, right now with the top of that zone defense, it gets too spread. You see all it takes is that pump fake from Molinari to push that top defender away. It allows him that penetrating lane, or as Lindsay Tate took advantage of earlier, the 3-point shot.
Paulie shooting 2. First one is off the mark. Venezuela just down by 13 now. Paulie misses them both. Hector Romero gets another rebound, closing in on that double-double by the second. David Cubian, Jermaine Salcedo in the paint, finds Mariaga. Mariaga drops it on in. That's 2 more for Venezuela. And away comes Paulie Henare. In the corner to Jones, top of the key. Penny. Jones open for 3. That is well short. Jermaine Salcedo gets the bound, and he's on the run now for Los Tintos. Good hands by Paulie Henare. And we will have a timeout on the court called by Coach Nenad Vucinic.
Venezuela's made a little bit of a run. All Blacks got it out to 16. Now it's down to 11. So they wants to handle his team. Talk about how they're going to attack this zone defense. It's like Venezuela will continue to stay in it. Down the offensive end, stopping some of that tall black defensive end, stopping some of the penetration that's allowed Venezuela to get some easy looks.
Okay, let's get 5 and 5. Okay, good side. Right? Listen. You gotta be running back. There's too much transition. Okay? If you are turning the ball over, when you turn the ball over, it's allowed. You gotta be sprinting back. Don't try to stop the pass. Let's get a good position now. Run first one, 55. 55. There's a big show with the other team on the dribble bounce, especially on first one, right?
And they're not wanting to give up transition baskets or allow the Venezuelans to run. Talking to Phil Jones there, saying we've got to get back on defense. Offensively, look for them to continue to attack that zone by setting screens on different parts or different areas of that zone, trying to attack through the middle and probably going inside out. They don't have an opportunity inside around the basket, then passing it back out for a look at a three.
All right, just under 2 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. Grievous Vasquez to inbound, finds David Cubian, covered by Paulie Henare. Hector Romero, stolen by PC! Rampton on the run, 3-on-1 now! Kurt Penny, yes! And there's some fast break, tall black basketball for you.
That'd be one of the bigger fast breaks that you'll see with Peril Cameron leading it, and Tony Rampton is one of the wings running. Dishes it off to Kirk Penny for a nice finish. Gets himself to the line.
And the passing that Peril Cameron has portrayed in this series has just blown me away.
Well, that's always been a strength of Peril Cameron, is his passing. Even games when he's not scoring. And we don't see him scoring 15, 20 points a game, but you do see him with 6 or 7 assists every game and getting players around him easier shots and making players around him better.
Kurt Penny will take a seat. Darryl Cartwright into the game. Here we go. Jermaine Salcedo with it. Finds Mariaga. Cubian in the corner. Salcedo. Double team. Underneath to Mariaga. High off the glass. No good. PC with the rebound. PC is just hugged by Mariaga. And all of a sudden, the coach explodes over on the sideline for Venezuela. Oh, forget about it.
They wanted that contact right there as the foul. They didn't get it. They've got to remember, this is Peril Cameron's home. This is New Zealand. He's not going to get it.
And, well, yeah, you got to expect that, don't you?
And we see right in front of us, Vasquez talking to Dallas Pickering, trying to get his point across.
I've been trying. You take your hands out, I can.
PC at the line. And yes, Nestor Salazar starts to pace the sidelines like a tiger.
Well, there must have been trying to figure out what's happened here, because there wasn't an intentional or unsportsmanlike foul called, so there must have been a technical foul called after the situation.
Poor Tim Brown.
They had lined up to shoot just the 2 free throws.
Poor Tim Brown, he's over there and everybody's screaming at him in Spanish. So, we've got a timeout called on the floor here. As well, maybe it's a ploy from Nestor Salazar to get his team emotionally charged again as they're down by a bit here. And he is still trying to get his point across. Well, his team's sitting down there talking it over as the antics continue. Nestor Salazar not even really using this timeout. using the timeout to scream at the referees.
I think it was to get his point across, certainly.
All right, let's check out his diagram here, see if we can tell what the Venezuelans are going to do.
Presionamos la bola, me voy al medio. Miguel, estoy en el medio, me estoy moviendo, ¿ok? No más técnico ni nada de esa vaina. Déjenme a mí hacer. Vamos, muéveme esta mierda, vamos. Vamos, vamos,
Well, we'll see what happens here now. After that last play, the whole bench just jumped up like they sat on some thumbtacks. As well, the Venezuelan team are ready to play, and Coach Nesta Salazar still getting some words in.
You watch Salazar here, the nice little wink there to the referees.
The man is worth his weight in gold when he's on TV. There's no two ways about that. In the corner it goes. Daryl Cartwright for three. No good. Mariaga with the bound. Away comes Grievous Vasquez. Jermaine Salcedo. Nice pass back to Jermaine Salcedo from Hector Romero. Back out to Grievous Vasquez. Shot no good. Battling for it is Cartwright and Salcedo. Tall Blacks will get possession. Paulie Henare, top of the key. Phil Jones, back out to Paulie. And it goes to PC. Beautiful passing. Rente can't hold that one, though, from Jones, and Mariaga will scoop it up. And away comes Grievous Vasquez. Nice pass to Hector Romero. Athletic play, but could not drop. And he'll get a hand in there. Rampton will look for Jones, and Mariaga will tip it, and he can't believe it.
Andy Thackeray asking for a little bit of help, whether he did make the right call.
And Tim Brown will reverse the call.
Well, all the Tall Blacks headed the other way, so I don't know whether...
All right, top of the key now, Hector Romero. He'll find David Cubian inside to Salcedo. Salcedo spins in the paint. And we will have a foul on the play. That's Daryl Cartwright's second foul.
Salcedo a lot more involved in the second half, looking to post him up against Daryl Cartwright.
Cubian to inbound. Finds Salcedo. He'll put it up from well beyond the arc. That's going to be short. Phil Jones has it. 4 seconds left in the third. Jones looking for help. Finds Paulie Henare. He's going to launch it, baby! Off the top of the structure, not to be. And, well, that will be the end of the third quarter. Tall Black 76. Venezuela Los Tintos 59. Well, things are starting to heat up here at the TSB Arena in Wellington in front of a sold-out crowd. First time ever basketball has sold out this stadium. And rightfully so, because we have been privy to a fantastic game of basketball.
Yeah, it's been a much better game of basketball than we saw Friday night. Much more flowing. We saw that first half, Venezuela very competitive and really having that advantage in those effort categories. Rebounds, second half, New Zealand coming out, playing much better basketball.
Okay, this just in for my good friend, Stephen McGyver. There's that guy again. Look at him. He's up there to fix. Oh, he's gonna, somebody get a bungee cord on that man.
Osh won't be happy about that.
Kenny, they should get you up there. What do you reckon?
No, I'm all right here, thanks.
They're trying to fix the shot clock again. It went out. This is the only man with the light bulbs that fit it. Venezuela said they will play without the shot clock. But instead, this guy's going to get a heck of a lot of TV time.
I hope he doesn't electrocute himself up there, sticking his finger in there.
Doing a balancing act up on the basketball structure. They should just have Casey Frank jump up there and fix it. Don't wipe out, buddy. You'll make plays of the week. Excellent. Gravity did not take over there. He's okay. But they will play without that shot clock. We'll keep you informed as the other shot clock on the other end of the court is functional for us.
I think it's the Tall Blacks' call on this one. It's now their basket. Whether they're prepared to play without the 24-second clock there.
Well, no wonder why Venezuela didn't mind playing without that shot clock. It's not theirs. He's going back up again.
See the quarter-by-quarter scores there, and certainly that third quarter, New Zealand stepping it up, getting that 10-point advantage. Venezuela able to claw back to about 11, but now it leads up to 17.
But yeah, as you saw, those first two quarters were relatively close there.
From an offensive standpoint in this series, 30 points in a quarter, good effort from the Tall Blacks. Saw a lot more running, a lot more open basketball that quarter.
There's Coach Nestor Salazar looking on. Craig Bradshaw looks like he might get the run we've been looking for. Homegrown here in Wellington, in front of his home crowd, Craig Bradshaw. And Kenny, we're going to call this guy Stanley. As Stanley's fixing the 24-second shot clock, do you think the Venezuelans have the capabilities to claw themselves back into this game?
Well, I think they do. It depends on their defensive intensity. If we saw them really extend their defense and play very good that first half, and if they do that, then they're going to give themselves some easy opportunities at the offensive end, off some turnovers, some strong rebounding, and then push the ball for some easy baskets. But right now, Tall Blacks are executing fairly well, especially with Venezuela in this zone. And they stay in that zone, which I think may be to the Tall Blacks' advantage, especially with Craig Bradshaw coming in, because your sets are less complicated against the zone defense rather than the man. So we'll see what the Tall Blacks and Venezuela come out with. It looks like your friend Stanley is down now and prepared to play without that shot clock.
Well, no shot clock on that side of things. But what a strange look. Miguel Mariaga gave Bradshaw as the first guy that literally is looking down on him. Craig Bradshaw getting a run for the Tall Blacks. Here we go. David Kubian. Polianari's up on him. Finds Hector Romero. Grievous Vasquez. Mariaga. Nice play by Polianari, but he'll get a hand in there, be called with the foul. Good rotation that time by the Venezuelans. But the second half, Tall Blacks' energy levels have skyrocketed. Grievous Vasquez from the corner. Off the back of the iron, Polianari runs it down. He emerges with it. Coast to coast, he fought Jones. Jones will get it stolen by Grievous Vasquez. Like, where did you come from? Vasquez back the other way. Nice pass to Mariaga. Mariaga fade away. In and out it goes. Casey Frank with the burn. Oh, here goes Polianari again. Polianari top of the key now. 17 on the shot clock. Phil Jones. Back to Paulie. Daryl Cartwright to Casey Frank. Bradshaw puts it up. And in! First touch of the ball for Craig Bradshaw! Bada bing!
Well, that's something that's universal and wherever you're playing and whenever you're playing. If you catch the ball, you're open, shoot it. And he certainly knows how to do that.
Mariaga with it now for Venezuela. Finds Grievous Vasquez. He's covered by Jones. Jones steals the ball back! And it will be Tall Blacks ball. Phil Jones gets the ball back. Stole it right back off Grievous Vasquez, as Vasquez did to him about a minute earlier. Well, it doesn't look like jet lag is nothing for Craig Bradshaw. He looks pretty fresh out there, Kenny.
Well, he's been sitting all game, and anytime you're sitting on the sideline as a player, you want to get in there, no matter what's been happening.
Phil Jones runs. Phil Jones gets 2 off the glass.
Nice strong move there from Jones. Penetrating hard, no defensive rotation.
Hector Romero back the other way. Find Bayona, who finds Kevin Palacios. Into Romero. And we've got a kick violation, which will set the 24-second shot clock for Venezuela. Hector Romero. Strong move, draws a foul. And wow, what a difference a couple days make. He is just playing fantastic basketball as one Hector Romero. Head and antlers above what he did in game 1. Do you like that comment? Head and antlers above what he did in game 1.
Yeah, I got that. Thanks.
Dallas Pickering is right in front of us here. I am going to hide his towel. Hector Romero at the line, second shot. Will drop for him, shooter's roll for him. Tall Blacks on 80, Venezuela 61, a 19-point buffer now for the Tall Blacks. Phil Jones, back to Bradshaw, puts up a mid-range jumper. That one's gonna be short. And we're gonna foul, I believe, on Daryl Cartwright. Venezuela ball.
I think they got Casey Frank on that one.
Casey Frank. All right, David Cubion brings it up for Venezuela. Vargas, Bayona. Double team, finds Romero left alone out of the three-point line. He'll miss that one. Thankfully, Casey Frank ahead to Poli Henare in the corner to DC. Poli Henare barking out directions now for the Tall Blacks. Looking for Bradshaw inside. He'll get it to him. Here's a good matchup. Craig Bradshaw muscling his way in. No good. Casey Frank with an offensive bound. Casey Frank with a reverse dunk. Cubion back the other way. Finds Vargas. Vargas spins on Jones. So high off the glass. No good. That will go off of Hector Romero. Tall Blacks basketball. Kirk Penny poised to come into the game for Daryl Cartwright. Does so, and Michael Fitch is back into the game as well. It's great to see Michael Fitch getting a couple runs in here in this series.
Well, again, Introducing its building and needs to get players time. Last game, we got everybody good minutes. This game, probably not as freely a rotation as last time, but great move there from Phil Jones with that little teardrop finger roll.
Phil Jones looking for the steal as well. Couldn't quite get there.
But yeah, very important that everybody's getting those minutes. You never know, foul trouble may dictate that these so-called bench players will have to get more minutes. Right now, you can't consider yourself a bench player. You've got to contribute whenever you can.
Hector Romero in the paint, working down on Bradshaw. Shot, and that'll not go in. He'll get his own rebound, however, and put it back in. Michael Fitchie back the other way now for the Tall Blacks. Finds Kirk Penny. On the wing is Kirk Penny working on Vargas. Back out to Bradshaw. Bradshaw at the free throw stripe, puts up a crazy one-hander, no good. Palacios with the bound. Away he'll come, and Kirk Penny will get a hand in there. Will remain Venezuela's ball. Good defense by Kirk Penny.
Tall Blacks really working to get Craig Bradshaw some looks, get him some touches. Ricky Bucona checking in for Casey Frank has done a good job on the defensive boards.
Hector Romero taking a rest. Luis Bethelme into the game now for Venezuela, number 7. Cubian. Inside to Bayona. Bayona working on Bradshaw. Blocked by Bradshaw. Well, Craig Bradshaw closed the door sharply on that occasion.
Yeah, nice job to be big there. Got his hand on the ball. They will knock it out of bounds. 9 seconds on the shot clock for Venezuela.
Palacios goes baseline on Jones. Jones gets a hand in. Palacios gets the ball back somehow and gets it in.
Nice job to stay with it. It looked like a turnover there. Able to get it back. Forces it up.
A bit of a ping pong effect. Jose Vargas gets a hand in for the Venezuelans. 15 seconds left in the shot clock for the Tall Blacks. 5:40 left to go in this one. Tall Blacks 84, Venezuela Los Tintos 65. Bradshaw hands it off to Penny. Kurt Penny drives. Stops, pops high off the glass, and that's money for him. Kurt Penny just looks flawless in his game tonight. Cubian back the other way. He's gonna swish it. Fitchin will bring it up for the Tall Blacks. He'll find a rolling Phil Jones. Jones drives off the glass again. Why not? Phil Jones penetrating on every move.
Well, for the second straight time, that screen comes up to set the on ball. They play to the screen, forcing baseline and giving up layups.
Inside to Bethelme. Back out to Palacios for 3. And that was an air ball. Gravity had different plans for that ball. Phil Jones will take a seat. Lindsey Tate back into the game. Good minutes from Phil Jones.
You mentioned it earlier in the game, and I think it's even more pronounced at the moment, and that's the fitness level of these two teams. You look at Venezuela, and a lot of them look really tired, whereas the Tall Blacks still working hard, still running well.
You're right, Kenny, that was a great point. Free ball, no good from Penny. And well, Los Tintos, they'll get the ball back here. Quite a spread right now, and is anything positive other than the crazy playings of Hector Romero that the Venezuelans can take out of this one thus far?
Well, I certainly think that first half was a good half for them. They played with that energy at the defensive end especially. And really, though the margin of victory is probably going to be similar to Friday night, I think it's a much better game and much better for both teams. For the Tall Blacks, they were put under some pressure, especially early on. They were challenged. And at halftime, they made some adjustments and talked about what they needed to do.
Lindsey Tate screams to the lane. Mika Makona wanted to set it back in. No good. Cubian now back the other way. Venezuela. Herbert Bayona will drop it off again for David Cubian. In the corner it goes. Alejandro Barrios. Herbert Bayona. Bethelme, shot, no good. Who's there? Lindsey Tate's got it. He emerges with the ball, and he's on the run. He'll find, looking for a streaking Kurt Penny, but Bradshaw will save it for the Tall Blacks. With 15 left in the shot clock, Fitchin in the corner. Goes baseline, right around Luis Bethelme. Shot, no good. Mika Makauna's there, look at him go! Barrios will end up with it, kick it off to Cubian. And the Venezuelans are poised to strike here. Foul called on Luis Bethelme. Tall Blacks ball.
That's the first foul we've seen on any screen set tonight. Might get a chance to see it here. Again, not consistent with what we've seen as far as letting it go, letting them play.
Oh, come on, Kenny, that was a vicious foul. Kurt Penny with it. In a little bit of trouble, looking for some help. He'll roll around Mika, top of the key now. Inside to Mika it goes, and he's hassled inside and will draw a foul. Mika's playing some good minutes with 4 fouls on him as well.
He was working hard to get that position against Romero, or sorry, Barrios. They will lob it in over with good hands to corral it.
Kirk Penny with it. Driving on Luis Bethelme, spins, loses the ball. And, well, Venezuela will get the ball back. And we got a whistle on the play here.
And Kirk Penny took a knock to the nose and will have to go to the sideline because of blood.
Pedro Cameron will replace Kirk Penny. Quite possibly my favorite basketballer on the planet, Kenny.
Really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have known that.
I had a poster in my room of a PC, and I had to give it to my son. Really bummed out about that. But as we have 2:45 left in this competition, the Tall Blacks up by 18, very much in control. Kind of a flat first half, but they came out large in the second one.
So we've got Craig down here, Mecca, and
Series 1, 2, 3.
Well, Kenny, could you get anything into that timeout?
Couldn't get really anything specific out of that, but I'm sure he's talking about wanting to finish this last 2 minutes, 45 seconds on a positive note. Not let Venezuela get down around that 10-point margin. He wants to finish strong, build for game 3.
All right, David Cubion with the rock for Venezuela. He'll find Alejandro Barrios, top of the key, going to penetrate on Lindsay. Lindsay's playing fantastic defense tonight. Alejandro Barrios will spin and draw the foul, but that's just a good aggressive defense by Lindsay Tate.
Yeah, he was mismatched there. Had to go against a bigger player trying to defend him, hold him from the penetration. And as Barrios made that move, created that contact, he'll go to the line.
Number 5, Axir Sucre into the game again now for Venezuela. Alejandro Barrios at the line. And that one is good. Just over 2 minutes left in this one. Vicavacona with it. In the corner to Lindsay, out to PC. Fetch it for 3. Yes! Uno, dos, tres! Back the other way, Alejandro Barrios. In the corner, hassled by Bradshaw. It'll get kicked back on out to David Cubion. Oh, and it'll be rejected by Lindsay. Take down low twice. Vicavacona scrapping for the ball, but Tall Blacks will get possession here. Wow, 2 blocks simultaneously by Lindsay Tate.
As soon as the penetration in the middle, everything just closed down around him. Tate able to get his hand on the ball twice, as he said.
Lindsay Tate looking for dish inside. It will go off. One of the Venezuelan players, however, he will inbound now. Lindsay Tate finds Vicavacona. Top of the key to PC, Craig Bradshaw. Bradshaw looking for help. He's momentarily double teamed. Loses it to Alejandro Hundreds. Uh-oh, this is going to get ugly. Whack. I had to give Marriott a whack for that one. They deserve it. They've been playing real hard. And that's just good defense from the Venezuelans.
And it's also with Bradshaw being new and not understanding the system, just getting himself in a tough position.
Vicavacona weaving on through. Lindsay Tate looks back at the shot clock, sees there's 13 seconds left on it, drives, gets it to Mika. Mika off the glass, and that's just automatic. Mika Vakona's that low in the paint. Kubian back the other way now. Axir Sukri. Inside it goes to Alejandro Barrios, and yes, and one. And Phil Jones is into the game for Mika Vakona, who has fouled out of the game, but just a frenetic pace he set down low in the paint. Rebounding, fantastic job from him.
I think it's also a credit to him. He had the 4 fouls at halftime, which certainly a precarious position. Played the whole second half, not the whole second half, but all the minutes he was in there with the same aggressive abandon. Able to stay away from that 5th foul until now.
Lindsay Tate hassled by Axir Sukri. Goes by him. Looking for help, finds PC. Back to Lindsay, inside to Craig Bradshaw. Oh! Holy moly, Craig Bradshaw! And the structure is still shaking! That was a massive slam dunk!
Wow, was it ever?
Where did that come from?
Whoa!
Man, it's a good thing Stanley wasn't still up there. He'd have been shaking off that thing. And one! That one's gonna be off, but wow.
It didn't matter after seeing that.
Luis Bethamy will find Axir Sukri. Out it will go. David Kubian back to Axir Sukri. 12 on the shot clock. 29 seconds left of the competition. Bethamy underneath gets it stripped. PC's got it. He'll get it to Fitchett. Fitchett will find Jones. Jones finds PC on the spin. Lindsay Tate will lose it. Alejandro Barrios will come back the other way. David Kubian now. Barrios puts up the 3. Looks good. It is good. Five seconds left to go here, and that should just about do it. As the Tall Blacks put on another commanding performance here, destroying the Venezuelans again, 95-78. Great minutes from everybody. Just good basketball. I'm Lieutenant Dan Hennessy. We'll see you on Tuesday night. Until then, Hennessy out.
Again, the program is about to make a special point, but if you just hit the court wing in the players' room, and then in a few minutes' time, the Tall Blacks will come back out after they've had a chance to debrief and change the shirts. And there will be a chance to get all.
Wrap up this 2-3 game series in game 2. One game still to come on Tuesday. Can't wait for that one. 95-78 rebounds. They certainly got it together in the second half, but the offensive rebounding, which was a key of the first half for the Venezuelans, still hung tough. 10 offensive rebounds plays for, but the score is what counts. 95-78. Hector Romero, though, really getting busy this tonight. 25 points, 12 in the first game. A lot better signs from Venezuela tonight, particularly on the boards.
Yeah, I think we come out a little more ready than the last game. You know, our last game was our first game as a team, so we didn't know what to expect. And we got here to play against New Zealand. It's nothing easy. But we did some things better than last game, and we're just going to keep working, try to get ready for our tournament in the Olympics down in Las Vegas.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at it, Hector, series really over. One game still to play. How important is it for this America's tournament in Las Vegas come August?
For us, it's like very important. You know, we got like everybody in our team is like young guys. So we play for our country, for their families, they're playing to try and get a job, play overseas, or something like that. So for us personally, it's very important. As a team, it's rebuilding. We're rebuilding right now. So it's really the face of the new basketball of Venezuela. So it's very, very, very important.
All right, Hector, 25 points. Go wrap up, because I know it's pretty cold out there.
All right, thank you very much, man.
All right, Hector Romero, 25 points tonight for the Venezuelan. Running hot, yeah, 25 points and 1 block, 4 rebounds, and 53% from the field and 100% from the free throw line, where he scored most of his points the other night. Mika Vakona joins us. Went out early in the back end of that second quarter, and you know, 4 fouls, came back and started to look good. And defensively, the Tall Blacks needed you tonight a little bit.
I don't know. We were just flat, you know, from the very start. That's something that Nene was talking about. And I think, yeah, it just showed tonight. So I guess, yeah, I've just got to stop hacking, eh?
The comment was made, Mika, the fact that this 3-week builder has been extremely aggressive from Nedad and the coaching side. Are you feeling better for it, or are you feeling worse for it, but now that you're playing some tough international ball?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, everybody, you guys, everybody in the team, they do feel a lot better. They know they can run out there a lot longer. And I just think it was just the attitudes tonight coming out. I mean, we needed to come out firing, and we didn't. So hopefully we can show that in the third game.
Did you expect to put as many points on the board tonight? Second top scorer for the...
Well, yeah, don't really expect me second top scorer, but I'll take the points when they come, so yeah, definitely.
Look good tonight. We'll see you back here on Tuesday.
Cheers, thanks, Steve.
All right, Mika Vakona doing the business here for the Tall Blacks as they wrap up the series. Still 1 game to come on Tuesday. 15 points from Mika Vakona, and from the field from 80% from the free-throw line, 86%. That's the rebounding where Mika is so good. If you want to light it up, Casey Frank lit it up today in the third corner. Bit of showtime there tonight.
You know, I just got a couple good looks, good passes from Lindsay especially, and I got the chance to throw a couple down, so I did.
Tell us, how grumpy was Nenad at halftime?
He's a grumpy man normally, so at halftime he was especially grumpy, but I think we did a better job in the second half, so it won't be too bad when we get back in.
That must be the important thing. You go on, even though you're leading at halftime, but you're able to adjust and adjust well.
Well, we really feel like we didn't play very well in the first half. You know, we didn't come out with a lot of passion, a lot of fire, and that really should be one of our trademarks. And in the second half, I think we did a better job of it, and it showed in the scoreboard.
But I suppose mentally going in, when you see a team adjust to your type of game, that's important when you've got the bigger games.
Oh, definitely. You know, this is all in preparation for Australia, and we've got a lot of good teams up until then. So hopefully along the way we'll get a little bit better and keep making those adjustments and make us a better team.
We hear coaches talk about it's 1 game at a time. You've got the Boris Stankovic coming up in China. Are you thinking now about Tuesday? Or we're starting to muse a little bit about China.
We got 2 practices tomorrow, so I'm thinking about 2 practices tomorrow. You know, there's no time to think about other games, other things. You know, every day we're just trying to get a little bit better and improving our offense. Now we got Craig in here. I think it's going to take a little bit of time to get him adjusted, but obviously he's feeling good putting the ball in the basket.
Yeah, how about that one late in the quarter?
Ooh, I wish I could do that.
Well, how about that right behind the back pass you did on Friday night? We're going to see that again?
If you do, you'll be the first ones to know it, because I don't know when it's coming.
All right, Casey, nice game tonight.
Cheers, thank you much.
All right, Casey Frank, part of this very, very good Tall Black side that have dispatched Venezuela in game 2 of this 3-game series. 14 points for Casey Frank. You know, sometimes, Kenny, I think he plays like the man is. He's pretty loose.
Yeah, sometimes a lot more looser than you'd like, especially as a coach. But he does give you some great things. He did a good job in that third quarter and in the whole second half on the rebounds. Did a good job, and as he said, getting to the basket off some nice passes, getting to the line. Did a good job.
We did see one important thing tonight, the fact that they do need Mika Vakona on those boards, don't they, along with Frank?
Well, yeah, especially with Dylan Boucher out of there, they need somebody in that small forward position to be able to get to the boards, play defense. And again, this isn't a big Venezuela team as far as international standards. They've got to control the boards against them. If they don't against them, they aren't going to do it against the bigger teams.
If you were Nesta Salazar, you would be reasonably happy because they adjusted in that first half to the Tall Blacks type of game. Romero stepped up his game, but they just seemed to just go off the ball very quickly.
Well, I thought the first half they came out with the energy. They extended their pressure. They did a lot better job offensively moving around. In the first game, we didn't see them execute well offensively at all. In this game, they did a much better job. They were more free-flowing. They were looking to shoot the three-point shot. And again, Romero just dominant inside, especially early on. But in the second half, the Tall Blacks were the aggressor, especially on the defensive end. And so just type of game changed around as well. So a good job by both teams.
Kirk Penny, 25 points, leads the Tall Blacks again. Not all scorers tonight. That was from Hector Romero, but Kirk Penny today, he just looks inspired. We know in the Tall Black camp, he started slow, and he was given basically a short shift from Nenad, and he has responded.
Well, it's important for Kirk to be an offensive threat, and that's where he's most noticeable. You see him, he also needs to do it at the defensive end and provide a bit of rebounding, but certainly the offensive end is where he's the threat. And you saw him get some good looks tonight. It took a while for him to get involved, but I think the key thing for the Tall Blacks is they had 5 people in double figures, which has got to be encouraging for Vucinic.
We use this word again, but the way the Tall Blacks have been able to adjust to a situation, change the way they're playing, and as you say, a lot of players getting more points on the board. That must be encouraging going forward.
Well, it's something from a coach you've got to do in these 3-game series. Australia's going to be a 3-game series. The cup up in China, the tour to Croatia and Latvia, all these games are going to be adjustments all the way through. So it's important that they learn to do it now, that his players pick up these adjustments quickly.
And as we've said, Coach Nenad Vucinic giving them a lot more ownership of running plays by themselves. The style of coaching has changed somewhat for the Tall Blacks, and we'll see if they can wrap this up, make this a complete whitewash on Tuesday evening, because there's a lot to look forward to here at the TSB Bank Arena in Wellington. Coming your way on Sky Sport 1 live on Tuesday evening from 7:30 with an 8 o'clock tip-off. It will be the Tall Blacks versus Venezuela. And the most encouraging thing out of this whole series so far, even though the Tall Blacks have wrapped it up, and you want people to come back here and watch it, because essentially this is very entertaining international ball.
Well, it's the only time you're going to get to see a national basketball team here in New Zealand. The rest of the games are all on the road, then they're over in Australia. So it's important for the fans to come out and see some very good basketball. This series, though it hasn't, the final score probably hasn't been as indicative of the style of basketball, it's important that they come out and support their team.
2-0, the Tall Blacks lead this series. They've wrapped it up with 1 game still to play. Tuesday, 7:30 live on Sky Sport 1, 8 p.m. tip-off. 95-78 the final score. Kirk Penny leading the Tall Blacks, 25 points. Romero with 27. We are done. See you back here in Wellington on Tuesday live.